Yo, what's good? Justin Satawa, YingYangSports here today. Solo for a minute. Caleb will be in a little bit. He's preparing. He is going to be in heavyweights tonight, so shout out to him. Getting his second start on the desk. Well, Easy's out selling cars, so love to see that for my fellow social brother. But Joel, I thought Joel was going to be in today, but he is not. He had to stay home today, so God bless Evening Just a Fan to you as well. Chase Amley, what is up? It's great to have you here today. But, so because I'm alone, we're going to talk about the Tigers when Caleb gets in here. So, that'll be fun. I'm going to love to get his take. He's a great baseball mind. Very, very excited to hear what he thinks about the whole Trade Scooble situation. I know he is on the no-go, and so that'll be an interesting debate. We'll get into that in a little while. But your boy has been a Swiss Army knife today, to say the least. This is my third talking show of the day, fourth show I've been participating in, and the fifth show I'll also be on heavyweights for a little while as I do Caleb's job, because Caleb is on the desk, so I will be clipping for him, so shout out to Caleb. But I would like to talk about the Red Wings for a second, because we haven't talked about them for a while. And first of all, something that I brought up to the social team, and I made that graphic, so shout out to me. Just fan, it depends on what you can get for Scooble. We'll get into that. Chase Amley, was the NCAA thing a one entry only thing? Yes, it was. I will be announcing the other option, or the contestant winner. What's up, Caleb?
Oh, all right.
Quick setup adjustment.
Good.
Yeah. All right, we're live, bro.
Let's go.
You're getting right into the mix. Oh, there we go. Transition to background. Whoop. Oh, and now the logo's in the center. Oh, there we go. All right.
What happened to this mic? What's good?
Quick transition. Yeah. No, we walked into the studio on Tuesday and saw that happened. So,
Terrible.
yeah. Well, definitely move it closer to you. I think that's gonna be the key.
I think we're good here. I'll hold it. It's good.
You're gonna hold it.
What's going
All
on,
right.
everybody?
Caleb, so proud of you, dog. Second start on the desk.
Yep.
You got to be amped.
Oh, I'm amped. I mean, last I did it on Friday. I was obviously nervous, a little short notice, but today I'm ready to rock.
Today, you're ready to go.
Ready to go.
What is on tap?
A lot of Tigers.
A lot of Tigers. All right.
Some trade deadline stuff. Some minor league stuff. Yeah, check it out. 5 o'clock, baby. We're there.
Yep. I will be there as well, and I'm excited for you. And I'm going to be there to give you whatever type of support I can.
Yes, sir.
If it's just being your hype man, I got you on that front. I can do that at a very good rate. Wow. We love to see it. Love to see it. Shout out to all you guys in chat. They're throwing a lot of congrats at you, Caleb.
I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it.
They are definitely a part of the Caleb fan club. Chase Amley, though, no yellow shirt today for the desk.
No yellow shirt. That was a monumental mistake. I mean, I looked like the sun, the actual sun that's in the sky. It was not a good shirt choice.
Funny. Caleb with the mullet cut. Let's fucking go.
Yep. The mullet's back.
You looking good?
Thank you. I'm ready to go. Come on. This is a great start to. Well, I will say really, really fast. The rumors are true. My muffler did fall off my 2011 Jeep Liberty. It no longer has a muffler.
So watch out.
We're getting that fixed, but I'm still breathing, and we're ready to rock. Let's do it.
All right, awesome. So shout out Lord, shout out Nick, shout out LNW, shout out Dakota, shout out everyone in chat, and the others who I already said hi to. Don't worry, I'm not forgetting about you guys. You are the heart, blood, and soul of this channel. So don't you worry, we love the community. But, all right, well, I guess fuck the Red Wings, because we'll get back to them later, because that topic's kind of boring. It's just who's going to be the assistant captain, in my opinion. So we're going to talk about that later. Caleb,
Yes,
the
sir.
Cardiac Cats.
Yes, they're back.
They're so back.
Yeah.
But in all seriousness,
yes.
the trade deadline is upon us. This is a crossroad that we are headed upon. There's a fork in the road, and we got to pick a way. We stay stagnant. It is the worst thing that we can do for this franchise.
Yes.
So, where are you feeling on the buy or the sell train, or are you on some hybrid approach? What's your take on it? You didn't really get to deep dive into it on Friday, but I'd love to hear what you're thinking.
Yeah, so really I've gone back and forth. I'm kind of a guy that lives and dies by every pitch, Tigers baseball. So if they lose a game, I think they're the worst team in the league, and if they win, they're the best. That's kind of how I roll. It's something I need to get better at, but it's just the way I've been. I'm such a huge fan where that's kind of how it goes. But right now they're rolling. They're the best. They're the hottest team in baseball. Obviously, as a fan that wants to see the team succeed, I would like to say bye. But I'm just looking for them to pick a direction. And I said this yesterday on heavyweights. The Pistons had trouble with this in the past with Troy Weaver, where they wouldn't pick a direction at the deadline. Like, for example, trading Sadiq Bey for James Wiseman straight up. What direction does that put you in? I'm looking for Scott Harris to either tell the fans, look, we're going to unload all these players that have contributed to the win streak, and we're going to be bad. We're looking for the future. Or I want him to say, we're going to bring in more pieces to keep this thing rolling because now we have a chance. We're 6 games back. I'm just really looking for Scott Harris to let us fans know what we should be looking for, not only for this season, but in years in the future. Sorry. And that includes, it's almost getting exhausting talking about this, but it starts kind of with Tariq Skubal, what he decides to do with that. And I've said this, the most badass thing he could do is in the midst of all these trade talks, you extend Tariq Skubal 6 years, whatever, how many million, 350, whatever. I'm not a math guy.
Yeah.
But yes, sign him to a big deal and show the fans we're ready.
You look more like a science guy.
I haven't really figured out what kind of guy I am when it comes to schooling. I was a decent writer in school. Math, terrible. Summer school, some say. I was there in summer school twice. Science, nope. History, I'll say history. I'm a history guy. And
all right, history. So yeah. You're a history guy.
History guy.
That's valid. So do you watch a lot of war movies and stuff?
I'm not too much of a movie guy, but I do enjoy a good war movie. A show I need to get into is Band of Brothers. That's a show that I've been recommended a few times, and I definitely need to get into that.
All right, so back to this Tigers conversation. Sorry to get a little off topic there, but I agree with you. I just want a direction.
Yes.
And my direction is Chris Ilitch dependent.
Yeah.
If you are not going to pay free agents this offseason and you're not going to extend Skubal, then you trade Skubal for the prospects and you move on with a young core and waiting for this Bally's situation to be figured out to actually be able to freely spend money on free agency.
Yeah.
If he intends to spend in free agency this year, he should keep Skubal. He should deal guys who aren't a part of your long-term core, the Cannas, the Flahertys, unless you can extend Flaherty. I would like to extend Flaherty, but I just don't know how realistic that is. The Gio Urshela's, where you can net a top 100, a low-end top 100 prospect, maybe a little outside the top 100, just taking a swing.
Yeah.
I mean, like on something that, because let's be honest, as much as we want to make the playoffs, neither me nor you actually thinks that they're going to make the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, you dug yourself in a deep hole in the months of...
And you're climbing out.
Yeah.
So, and if you get into the playoffs, completely honest, I know the pitching is a factor, and yeah, you could win a series. But in all honesty, they are an underdog in every single series versus every single team in the American League, unless they play the fucking Guardians, who we own for some reason. Let's be honest with ourselves, guys. Like, and everyone says, you know what wins you in October? Guys who can hit the ball over the fence. And you know what this team doesn't have? Someone who can hit the ball over the fence at will.
Exactly.
You don't have that power bat that every single team in the top of the AL has.
Yeah.
You don't have a Rafi Devers. You don't have Aaron Judge and Juan Soto in your lineup.
You don't even have like a guy like Jorge Soler, who who was huge to the Braves.
Exactly. Or Jock Peterson. You don't even have a Jock Peterson on your roster. Like, this is not a team that can make a run they could get lucky and win a series, but this team is not winning the World Series or making a run. Yes. Like, that is a delusional take. They are not making the playoffs.
But, and I want to point out this real quick, this comment from Alan W. Is the possibility of Skubal's arm exploding at any time a concern? He had major surgery on his throwing arm and throws 100 miles per hour.
It always is.
Look, my dad actually asked me this, and it was one of my dad's friends, and he brought up Michael Fulmer, and Michael Fulmer's arm exploded. If you're gonna look at it like that, like if you're almost counting on Skubal hurting his arm, and that's why you don't want to keep him, you're never gonna be good. You're never gonna.
Yeah, and you're starting to treat one of the most important positions in baseball like a running back in football.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not, like, where we are on pitchers, and that's not anywhere remotely where the game is in terms of pitching. Pitching is one of the arguably the most critical thing. That's why the Tigers are even remotely good, because pitching is the most critical thing on a baseball team. That is why they're still relevant in this chase at all.
Yeah, and I'm no doctor. I've declared that, but I'm pretty sure the surgery Skubal had is almost good that he had that already. I think it's one of those things where it's something that's never going to have to be repaired again. If I'm wrong about that, Alan W., let me know, but I'm pretty sure I've heard that I don't know if it was Tommy John, but I'm pretty sure what he got is actually good that he got it so early in his career. I'm almost positive.
I trust you on that because I don't think you'd be saying. I feel like you would have read that from somewhere.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, I don't know about a 10-year, $400 million contract. It's not going to be 10 years. It's going to be 8 years for $400 million.
Yeah, or even like 4 or 5, honestly. Yeah, I mean, because
not that big of a figure, but he's signed in fully long term though. He's not going to want to hit free agency at 33.
Yeah.
Like, he's going to want to just hit free agency. Like, he's just going to want to retire after his deal.
Yeah.
Like, in a lot of these deals, in the back end of the deal, you are paying them for past years. Like Miguel Cabrera. We paid Miguel Cabrera for 2 or 3 years just off of his prime seasons.
Yeah.
And the glory of you honestly giving Skubal 8 years from now, there's a far higher chance that he is still a viable MLB pitcher at a high level than where Miguel Cabrera was at the last 3 years of his contract.
Yeah. I mean, you no disrespect to Miggy, one of the greatest Tigers ever, but you look at what he did on that contract we gave him, dude, he was not good. Like, not good at all for 6 years. Like, that's what scares me a little bit about big contracts in baseball, but there's just something about Skubal, man. I don't know what it is. I just think you got to keep him around. I mean, you're the favorite to win no matter who you play when Skubal's on the mound. And I say this a lot. And when it comes to Skubal as a pitcher, he shows me flashes of a guy like Verlander who's must see. He's dominant.
Yeah, he's unreal.
And he also shows flashes of a guy like Max Scherzer. Like, he's an ultra competitor, but knows when to tone it down. When, like you saw yesterday, he was in a bases loaded jam, 1 out, and he got out of it. It's because he stayed level headed, but he also was competitive. And he just everything, his aura, his stuff, pause, all that stuff. He's the perfect MLB pitcher. Left-handed, throws 100. I mean, he's
nasty off-speed pitches.
Yeah.
But Rando says something in chat, and I believe it's his plan and what he would like to see this trade deadline go. And he said 2 veteran rentals for Flaherty and Canna, then move a couple AA prospects for a veteran starter to replace Flaherty, and another reliever could be done. I don't think that the players who you're willing to move off of in AA don't have enough value to fetch you that return, because there are guys in AA that are interesting, but you want to keep them. Those are the Jobs. And then the other top-end guys who I don't not know off the top of my head, maybe Caleb does, but you're any deal that even gets rentals usually fetch top 15 prospects in your organization. So you're talking about, for rentals, you want to move off guys like Montero, who has shown flashes of potential on this roster. Mm-hmm. Like, that's just, to me, I don't know. I think at the position we're in right now, I think that maybe like my plan is move Gio. I think you can lose Gio. Maybe you deal Canna as well, but if you even have a remote want to compete in September and have meaningful baseball games, you have to keep Canna. He's that critical to this lineup. But that's trading a swing at the fence. Yep. You're trading a swing at the fence to try to get an everyday starter for your future because Canna isn't going to be here for the future. This is a 1-year guy. Like, he's probably not re-signing next year. Like, he might. But, like, if he is, he's signing for another 1-year deal and to just be that bat for hire.
Yeah. Another guy is Carson Kelly. That's going to be a tough decision because
you have to deal. You need. I'm fully to give. Carson Kelly has a lot of value to a championship level team that needs a catcher, and you already have someone who has plateaued in AAA. Spenny put it perfectly on Big D. Plateaued in AAA and Dingler. You need to start giving Dingler reps in the MLB and start giving him a chance to see if he actually can play at this level. He has been in AAA for years now. It is getting to a point where they have to do something with him. And if it's not that, you might as well just trade him.
Okay, to that point, so that means you have to move Flaherty then. Because he's on a 1-year rental and he's plateaued and he's at his peak and there's
But that's different. Dingler's in AAA though. And I would like they're not he's their plan for next year, most likely. At least part of it being the backup.
Yeah.
So what I want to see, if we're going to trade our rentals away, is for them to get the growing pains out of the way in September and August.
Yeah.
Instead of when we don't want to fall into a hole because we're not producing on offense in the beginning of next season. Because that was a big factor. Our rookie parlay this year was dog shit at the beginning of the season, and that hurt us a ton.
Yeah, and speaking of, getting all your dog shit at bats or all that out of the way as a young player. That's why I think Jackson Jobe needs to be brought up pretty soon here because he's going to need to be a vital part in this rotation next year. You got to think he's 21, 22 years old. It's not like he's a 19-year-old kid. He's been dominating. I know he's coming off an injury. He's dominating single A, just contributed to their Erie's no-hitter. He threw 6 hitless innings. That's a guy that I think needs to be brought up sooner rather than later. I think he's going to get some MLB innings in late August and September, just like you said, to get those growing pains out of the way. Because if you decide to move away from a guy like Flaherty, Jobe's going to be filling that spot.
Yeah. And
I mean, I don't know. Jobe is ridiculous. That kid is so good. He's no Paul Skeens, but he's the #1 pitching prospect in baseball for a reason. The kid's unbelievably good.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm gonna read a couple comments because I've been missing them. So I do think Torque will be taking back off when he returns to the team. He missing out on all the fun. I don't know about that. Unless it looked mechanical and mental, and when it's a mix of the both, it's a deadly combo in baseball in terms of Torque. So
yeah,
I really do not think that he's going to make a return.
I'm thinking of a couple words in my head, but I don't want to. I want to have respect to the Ying Yang show, and I'm not going to say the F word. But he's a terrible player, Spencer Torkelson. And no disrespect, Spencer, you seem like a great guy, but holy smokes, man, you're not very good at baseball. I mean, you look at his AAA stats; they're pretty abysmal. They're pretty not good, and it's a devastating, sad situation. I think you rank Caleb's muffler falling off of his Jeep, Spencer Torkelson being the worst player of all time is right above that for most just devastating things that have happened in 2024.
All right. You heard it here first, I guess. That was a great way to... Whether we keep him or not, I still don't want to buy. We could add Bryce Harper to our lineup and not be contender still, LNW said that. I honestly don't think so. I think if Bryce Harper was in this lineup, this team would be in the playoffs.
Yes, they would be. They would probably win the Central, honestly. I mean, they're a bat like that away. They just don't have
because he also takes the pressure off everyone else in that lineup. Yeah, Colt Keith gets better pitches. Riley Green gets better pitches. That is the guy who truly raises the level of an entire batting lineup.
Yeah, if you put a guy like Bryce Harper,
and he's a performer.
Yeah,
you can put him in any playoff series with any team, and he could single-handedly win you that playoff series.
And a first baseman, which we don't have right now. Gio Urshela is good at first base.
Do you know? Torque played first his entire life, and Bryce Harper was a better defensive first baseman than Torque.
Wild. I mean, what are we doing, Torque? Come on, man. You got to be good on one side. Oh, man. I mean, is that not... this is not the time to be talking about Spencer Torkelson because there's a lot better things to be talking about. The Tigers are hot and the trade deadline. But, man, he is so I mean...
Like, he went down there, and I was like, all right, come on. It's AAA. Like, you got to be raking a little bit. It is just not there at all.
Yes, Rando Smalls, you are correct. He was rushed. You look at his minor league numbers, they just weren't impressive at all. But that could just be he's not good against professional pitching, and I hate to say it. I mean, it just looks... I mean, everything about what Spencer Torkelson did here just... I mean, yeah, he hit 30 bombs last year, but I don't know. That's why it's so crazy.
Torque needs a sports psychologist.
Yeah, he does.
I think Torque is done. That's just a fan. He's shown he can do it. I think it's all mental. That's Allen W.
Torque, you are right. Torque was a third baseman. I think he played a little bit of both in college.
All right, well, if you played third, you should be a plus first baseman because third base is a hell of a lot harder than first. So I will sit on that opinion, no doubt. Allen W., we might make the playoffs with him, but we're not even making the World Series. I don't know about that.
We're not making the World Series with Bryce Harper. Come on. Slow it down. Slow it down. We're not there yet.
All right, we're not there yet.
We're Bryce Harper.
But you actually want to talk about actually having a chance to make a run in, like there would be a chance to make a run. And also, if you're sitting here with Bryce Harper on this team, you're actively buying at this deadline, and you are adding the two bats this team actually does need on top of Bryce Harper. And yes, we could make a run. If that was the scenario you're putting me in, we would buy, we would ship out some of these prospects, and we would be able to make a playoff run. There's no
Screw it. Let's go get Bryce Harper. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Bryce, if you're watching, Detroit's a great place, man. It's awesome. You would love it here. Come on. I'll buy your plane ticket. You could be on the field for the Tigers tomorrow.
Justin, quit that wild weed. That's what Justin Fan said. Ryan's reaction, Torque learned from El Mago.
That's another
Chase
guy.
Amley.
Really awful.
He's not developed at all since he got called up. He's still the same player. Oh, wait. Yeah, that was about Torque. Torque beat Barry Bonds' home run record in college, man.
Yeah, but Randall Smalls, that wasn't necessarily his point. Like, Torque played the infield his entire life, and Bryce Harper never did. I mean, he played catcher in high school. So he went from outfield to first base, and was still better than Spencer Torkelson, who played the infield his entire life. But you are right. It is the two corner infield positions are different, like the way the ball comes off the bat, and the way just kind of everything in general.
Look, I can't lie. I was a utility, and I played at every position on the baseball field.
Yeah.
So I can't lie. First base is the easiest position on the field. So
Not true. I was a first baseman. Not that easy. You saw it in Moneyball. Scott Hatterberg. He had trouble with first base, and the guy I forgot his name.
I could pick up my first base glove without playing first base for 2 years and go out there and play a plus first base. I guarantee it. I could still play a plus first base to this day in a men's league. I played middle infield, dog. That was my primary position. It is the easiest transition to go to first base.
Not true. The easiest position.
Oh my god.
And I played. Okay, so I was a PO my junior year. Because I sucked really bad. A PO is a pitcher only because I sucked really bad at hitting. I never worked on hitting. And I'm left-handed, so I can't play anything else. But my freshman and sophomore year, I played first and right field. Right field is the easiest position in baseball.
Honestly, probably is. But
first base is so easy. Underrated. It's not hard, but it's underratedly not as... It's not as easy as people think.
It's all right, fine. It's not as easy as people think, but if you have a good glove, if you have a good glove, you should be able to play first base. And I will stand by that opinion. That is why you're talking about Cole Keith, who's a defensive liability, playing first base. And I would expect him to be a plus defender at first base. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yes, Chase Amley. I was the slowest. Not at the time. I was a skinnier lad at the time. I wasn't always the biggest, but I was definitely the slowest. But first base takes some athleticism. I mean, the scoops I used to make, ESPN top 10 worthy, they say. Gold glove. Just unbelievable
I'm not laughing
backhand.
At you. I'm laughing at this comment.
Unbelievable backhand picks. What'd you see here?
All right, LW. Bases loaded, bottom of the ninth. Bryce Harper on deck. Strike three. Javi Baez strikes out. Harper won't get the chance to see the plate. Tigers eliminated from the playoffs.
Jeez. I mean, bias sucks so bad. Randall Smalls, you're right. First baseman has as many responsibilities as a shortstop and catcher. That might not necessarily.
No, come on. No. That is, that's disrespecting the catching position. See, I could take as many responsibilities as the shortstop, sure, but the catcher calls the game.
Dude, you know what might be the easiest position on the field, honestly, is second base.
It's so easy.
It is
so easy.
It is.
If you can field ground balls above average, like you should play. Yeah. You should be perfectly fine.
Yeah, you obviously you have to be athletic.
I didn't have a strong arm, but like I had like the hands to play shortstop, but I just didn't have a strong enough arm.
Yeah.
So I played a lot of second base in my life.
Yeah. Obviously.
But so like that's not saying that like in the terms of like all high school players across the entire country, probably not a great second baseman in that regard. But in terms of, like, in the league, like, I was a above average defensive second baseman.
Yeah. And that's
having that is such an advantage if you actually also have good defensive positioning on the entire field. But it is the position where if you're like, all right, you can barely play defense, but we need you to play a defensive position, you go play second base.
Yeah, that's why guys like Brandon Phillips and Robbie Cano were just so valuable. I mean, obviously Robbie Cano was also a silver slugger, but those guys
such
are so valuable
swing
to their team because, I mean...
I could talk about Robbie Cano for so long.
Have you seen his numbers in Mexico? Or is it Mexico? He has... I'll find him right now.
Yeah, please look him up for me.
He has like a 1,400 OPS. I don't know if he's still all roided up, but, dude...
Second base is low-key the right field of the infield. Yeah, I mean, it is. That's not even a doubt.
But yeah, and the first base disrespect, crazy. It's crazy. I mean,
it's not that crazy. You can definitely see why it's like that.
No, absolutely. But I gotta stand up for my first baseman out there.
Yeah, but I will slander the first baseman for being negative defenders when it is not that difficult.
Okay, Robbie Cano in Mexico.
This is the same league as Trevor, right?
Yes. He's hitting 430. Okay, he's had 324 plate appearances. He's hitting 435 with 14 homers, 68 RBIs with a 1,100 OPS.
He's just out there playing charity softball.
I mean, this is insanity. This is like me playing against my little brother and he's 7.
That's like playing MLB The Show on rookie mode.
Yeah, it's wild. Wow. I mean, that's crazy. He's only struck out 39 times. Dude.
First base is hard for 4'11 people to play. That's what Joseph Fan says.
I'm not 4'11. I'm like 5'9", I'd say. 5'9"? I'd say, yeah. I'll give myself 5'9".
I played everywhere, too, and at a high school level, yes. Had coaches call me a coach on the field. I knew where to be in every situation where they were to be.
That's important, Randall Smalls. You got to be a coach on the field.
It's so underrated to have that and to actually have someone vocal enough to communicate that. I will, if you can do that, then honestly, that is so much more, that may be so much more valuable than being able to hit every scoop or something like that. Because also it's the job of your infielders to hit you in the chest.
Yes. A lot of them didn't. They made me look like a superstar out there. But yeah. Yeah, this.
What'd you hit when you started hitting? Like, how'd you hit?
I was a terrible hitter. That's why.
I got the yips in high school, and my baseball career went downhill very quickly.
Yeah, and then little story. This is if they ever make an E60 about me, it would be about freshman sophomore year. I played first base, outfield. I sucked at hitting, but I was a good pitcher. Got called up to varsity for one start. Didn't make it out of the first inning. Okay, that was a terrible start. Worst start of my career. Then went back, played varsity my junior year, blew out my arm.
That's brutal.
Rotator cuff, labrum, gone. Had to get surgery. And then my senior season got canceled from COVID, and I couldn't even pitch because of my arm. But
so a couple brutal bounces for you.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm a Band-Aid as well. So
what'd you hurt?
I separated both my shoulders. I broke my hand. I broke several fingers. Probably the number's 4 or 5. I have partial back scoliosis from hockey, and I have really bad hips.
Yeah, I mean, like I have some of my best friends are hockey players, and dude, they can't, like, everything about them is hurt.
Yeah,
It's just such a physically straining.
It is a taxing sport, and where football, like it is like the level of how many hits you take is if they didn't like stand in every play restart, like that's how much hitting there is in hockey. Like every time you touch the puck, you get hit.
Yeah,
you're taught to finish your check whenever someone has the puck, and then it's also the body contact that you create when you're hitting someone else.
Yeah.
So. Yeah, and especially the hips, which is the main point of contact a lot of times, is hip on hip or something like that. Like, all our hips are just... Hockey player hips are just... They're just brutal. There's no way around.
Did you play football?
Yeah, for a little while.
What'd you play?
I played quarterback.
Nice.
And running back.
Quarterback.
And then I even...
Look at this guy.
I even played a little bit of offensive guard. I'm dead ass.
What are you... Wow. Flag?
We didn't know. We didn't have enough big people on our team.
Damn.
I chop blocked every single time.
Yeah, I know, that's fun. But I was a linebacker, so getting chop blocked was the
I played middle linebacker on defense.
Dude, it's fun.
I played middle linebacker on defense and corner on defense.
It's the most fun position, I think, in sports. I mean, my coach would call things, and I didn't even know what to do, and I would just run to the ball.
Oh, my God, it's Taco Tuesday.
It is Taco Tuesday. You are right.
Are you getting tacos today?
No, I don't think so.
What is on tap for Caleb today for food?
For food?
What do you eat on the drive home from Heavy's? Or do you wait till you get home and you eat at home?
Nothing. I mean, if I'm really hungry and, like, I'll stop at the gas station if I need to get gas, maybe like a Slim Jim or something. It's very rare, though. It's probably once a month type thing. A big Slim Jim. I mean, they're good. If you haven't had one in a while, check it out, dude. They're good.
That's such a you answer. Oh,
they're
my
good.
God.
No, and they're underrated as hell.
But
I mean, they're fantastic.
Here's some follow up on the Cano stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The home field Cano plays on in Mexico is at 7,350 feet. I'm assuming it's feet or miles above sea. I'm assuming it's miles, maybe meters above the sea level. Coors Field in Colorado is only 5,200. I'm assuming he didn't mean 5,000, 2,000 like it says in chat. Yeah, he clarified.
Yep.
He is basically playing baseball on the moon.
Yeah.
But he's still. I mean, you still have to make contact with the ball, and you
Yeah.
still gotta mash it. I mean,
Do you go with the monster size?
what do you think about Trevor Bauer? Dakota asked.
I don't know. That's kind of a touchy subject because I really didn't follow like all of that too closely. But I
mean,
know
no,
his
it was like the girl completely fabricated it.
Okay, then yeah.
So you can speak freely about Trevor Bauer.
Okay, then that's.
And he was admitted as well.
Yeah, then that's kind of bullshit. But you know, it's
like there were some very rigorous texts that were sent from her to her best friend,
That's
and
crazy.
they all come out. And you might want to look that up and see what's up because it is crazy.
That's sad. Yeah, I don't know. I hope he gets another opportunity. Again, this is all if what Justin is telling me is true, but I hope he gets another opportunity. But I will say I do think he's a little bit annoying, kind of like his YouTube videos. Like I do find it interesting. Like
I liked it right before all there was like this little area where he really started to like get edgy for the content, and then he went too far with during the sticky stuff.
Yes, dude, that pissed me off so bad. It was so annoying.
And then from there, he just like kind of like really just made like he didn't navigate. He just started navigating it really weird, and then obviously this stuff came out, so that my interest was completely lost because I thought it was true for a while, but even now, now it's just like I can't even get into it. Like all this shit, I don't know. I liked the sword when it first happened when it was on sick pitches, but like closing your eye in spring training, not waiting guys hold your mirrors, just it's unnecessary. Like make him look like an idiot by throwing a nasty breaking ball by him. Chase is asking though, do you go with the monster size or the savage size Slim Jim?
Honestly, don't know. It's kind of like an in and out in the gas station because I'm just trying to get home. I
live
far away.
What's like? Give me like the hand size.
No, not doing that because then it'll get clipped and then people will think I'm doing another thing. But it's a good size. It will fill up.
So we talking like this long?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, about that thick. It's good.
All right. So it's a solid piece of meat.
Yeah. I mean, you guys just heard him say that. So now who's gonna clip it and post it everywhere? He said it, not me.
Dakota, he needs another chance, and what better than in our Moneyball system? Yeah, well, we could just not be a buddy ball system, and we could actually, buy some players like a normal baseball team, but
not happening. Actually, it
will happen eventually.
We'll talk about this more on Heavies, but that's kind of my whole case with Scuba is I have trust in the front office that we will do that.
My first College World Series I remember watching was UCLA versus South Carolina when Trevor Bauer and Garrett Cole were teammates for the Bruins.
Yeah,
that's pretty hype.
Apparently Garrett Cole hated him. Apparently all of his teammates hated him. I could be wrong about that. But, I remember seeing things like all of his teammates on the Guardians hated him. I guess they were the Indians at the time.
All right, I'm getting conflicting reports from LNW. Maybe I was wrong because something just came out. I've not seen this report ever. But the MLB, he said he was going to sue the MLB, and then the MLB was like, okay, then show your phone to us in court. And he was like, JK, never mind. Wow. So, yeah. I don't know what's going on with that. Take everything that I've said in the past 20 minutes with a grain of salt when it comes to Trevor Bauer, I guess. But I hope it's not true. That's all I'm going to say. I hope it's not true because that's anything that is to do with that subject is just horrifying to me. So I hope that every party involved gets the correct to them. I don't know what the word is, but I think everyone knows what's up. Seems like most of his former teammates everywhere have disliked Bauer. Well, yeah, he's a dick. Straight up. Like, he even shows it on his YouTube videos that he's a dick. Yeah. Like, is that a hot take?
No, I think he's a dick. All of his teammates have hated him, so, yeah, I think he's a dick. But I will say, Justin, I do need to head into the studio, getting ready for the show.
Yeah, you're all good.
I do appreciate you having me again, brother.
Yeah, thank you so much for filling in for Joel. I appreciate you so much. Yeah. I'm going to stay in chat for a couple more minutes, and then I will be in the studio as well to tap in with you.
Thank you, everybody. Have a great Tuesday. Check out Heavyweights at 5. You'll see me and Justin on there. Let's go. Everybody have a great rest of your week.
Tap in. Let's get it.
Is this thing going to fall?
Yeah. You got to leave it rested against the chair. All right. Well, I'm going to chat some wings with you real quick because I want to talk about this assistant captain thing. I think that I want to see it on Lucas Raymond. I looked on the Twitter. Not one person said Lucas Raymond. I saw a ton of Canes, and I saw a ton of Cider. I get the Cider. Kane, there's no reason to. He's only going to be here for a year. According to his contract, you could re-sign him again, but you don't know. That's not guaranteed that you will. I would love to see it on Raymond's chest. Raymond is your poster. He is your splash. He is your superstar. He will bring eyes to this team. I would love to see that. I want to see it. Lucas Raymond has my full attention. He is that guy. He is that superstar. He deserves it. He came up so big for us at the end of the season. I expect him to take another leap for this team. He wore the A for Sweden. That matters. I love Mo Cider. Rasmussen would probably be the last person out of that group that I'd like to see. I'd rather see Kane have it than Rasmussen. Because Rasmussen's been on a breakout for like 5 years now and has not broken out. So, Kane wore the A for like a week last season, laughed my ass off. Yeah, I know he did. I don't know. I'd rather give it to one of the young guys and let the leadership group grow for this team. And I forget if Sherratt has 1 year left or if he has 2 years left. But he's not going to be a long-term assistant, and I'd expect one of the other young guys, the one who doesn't get it now, Raymond or Cider, to move into that role when Sherratt's gone. But I feel like Raymond with Larkin, they're probably going to be on the same line. I feel like with Larkin's leadership from the captain angle, I love that combo. But I won't be mad with Kane. I won't be mad with Cider. I think I'll be mad if it goes anywhere off the reservation of those three. I could see Tarasenko, but again, I don't know. I feel like it would be a little weird letting a newcomer have the A, especially with those guys and Raymond stepping up. But we'll see. But that's going to do it for me today, I guess. I'm the only one here. But that's going to do it for me today. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Thank you to Caleb for coming in on late notice and contributing. That was a great baseball conversation. You guys really showed out in chat today. Lots of replies. Hey, shout out the likes, too. You guys smashed that like button for us. We appreciate it so much. Have the best day. You guys enjoy it. And I will catch you in the next one. It's been YingYangSports with Justin and Caleb. Peace.